Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Alex again, here on the channel Alexis Lopez TCG. Today, we're actually going to be opening up some more Lorcana cards. As you can tell, this is the Lorcana Chapter 2 Trove box. We got lucky enough to find one in the wild. Shout out to my wife, who was very eagle-eyed and keen and was able to find one and pick it up at the local Target. So, they do exist. It's very, very real. So we have 3 boosters we picked up, and then the trove that we're going to be having here. So we're going to be jumping in and seeing what we find. We haven't seen a lot of chapter 2 stuff, so we're actually going to go through the cards, kind of read through them, see what we have. But first, we're going to go through the trove, see what comes in it, what little pieces come with included, and then hope we get lucky with some legendaries and maybe an enchanted. We'll see. As always, if you guys like this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can check out all the videos coming out. We try to do unboxings and gameplay as well. And of course, comment down below so far what's been your luck with chapter 2. Have you gotten anything amazing? Also, check out the rest of the socials with like the TikToks and shorts. We put up all that stuff there as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right in. So we're going to be opening up the Trove, seeing what we have. The Trove itself does tell us that it'll have 1 storage box, 2 deck boxes, 8 booster packs, and 15 damage counters. One of the things I'm more excited about are definitely the storage box, because it's great to have somewhere to put the stuff at, but also that player's guide that came. I wasn't able to get a Trove box for chapter 1, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the player's guide for chapter 2. It's one of the things I definitely like that the Pokemon ETVs do. They kind of have like a guide of what's available in the set, so that's always great. First of all, I'm already enjoying the packaging that comes with it. It's like legit just a nice box that you opened up. It has the actual guide at the top here. It's the player's guide. Let's go ahead and look through that. So it tells you like what the cards are, specifically like what they do. It's kind of like a good little intro to the cards that you're looking at. And of course it shows you like the actual set. So that's what I really like. Unfortunately, it's only available in the Trove, and why I say unfortunately, it's because the Troves even themselves have been hard to find. But we finally have one, so we're happy with that. We have the damage counters that come included. We have the deck boxes that we can make. Nice. This one's like the pretty much the starter decks. So they got Gaston here. So yeah, we have the deck box, which is pretty good. It has Gaston on the back, so it's you know, it is cardboard. It's not the best kind of deck boxes. There are definitely other versions of deck boxes available that you can pick up. Of course, these already come included, so that's always the nice part about it. That you don't have to spend any other money to get the things that already come in here. So it's somewhere you again store your cards and a deck box so you can use for your cards. So not too bad and not too shabby. Again, not the greatest, but still very nice, and it's of course all Lorcana themed. Again, the box itself, which has space, you can remove the set, like the pieces here. We can have it, and then of course we have the actual packs. So we're gonna be jumping into that. It's a good little divider for the box, and then of course you can kind of put the decks in there. The player's guide and all that goes back in there. But so I mean, overall, the packaging itself is great. I really like it, especially compared to like that Disney 100 stuff, which was not the greatest available thing. So we're gonna have that. We have some other packs as well. We're gonna open up afterwards, but let's start off with the Trove ones. All right, starting with James, which we've already looked at. It's a 4 ink cost, 3/3, 2 lore. The Queen, it's a 1 ink cost, inkable, 2/2 with 1 lore. Okay, Mallet, which is 1 ink cost, uninkable. It's an item. Hurling Hedgehog, banish this item. Chosen character gains rush this turn. They can challenge the turn they played. Peter Pan's Dagger, it's a 2 ink cost, uninkable item. Your character with evasive gets +1. So again, items remain on the field, and you're able to use them throughout the entirety of the game until it gets removed. Actions are the ones that you can use once, and then after you use it, it goes in the discard pile. So pretty good amount of items we have so far. We have a Flynn Rider, which is a 1 ink cost, inkable, 1/3 with the 1 lore. Oh, this is the new one we haven't seen yet. So Jafar, 2 ink cost, inkable. It's a 3/2 for 1, and it gives you 1 lore. It also says, I don't trust him, sire. During your turn, this character gains evasive. So not bad. It's I think one of the first ones that we've seen that's for steel that has evasive, so that's really good. Pick a fight. This is an action, which, like I said, once you use it once and the turn, and it goes into discard pile after it resolves. It's a 2 ink cost, uninkable. Chosen character can challenge ready characters this turn. Again, really good, especially in steel. Steel tends to have those fights. 4 ink cost, inkable. Daisy Duck, 2/3, and the chance of 2 lore. And also, whenever this character quests, each opponent chooses and discards the cards. So this continues a trend of seeing green kind of affect the discard pile. They have cards of when you challenge this card, draw a card. When you challenge this, discard cards. When you challenge this and you banish this character, the character that killed it has to get banished as well. Or the ones where you choose where, hey, this one gets banished, you can choose to banish the character as a result. So green, again, still apparently one of the decks that I like to use most as far as the color wise. Cogsworth, 2 ink cost, inkable, 2/3 with 1 lore. And then wait a minute, your character with Reckless gains 1 lore after you tap it. Pick Tactics. So this is our first rare from the pack. We have an action. It's a 4 ink cost, inkable. Gain 1 lore for each damage character opponents have in play. So you can kind of combo this with like the what is it, the oh my god, she's like the giant fairy, Tinkerbell giant fairy, which the 1 ping damage. You have characters that can kind of ping the board as well, and this is a good one to kind of combo with that because you get the 1 lore for each damage character the opponents have in play. Our second rare is Gruesome and Grim, 3 ink cost, uninkable action song. Play a character with cost 4 or less for free. They gain rush at the end of the turn, banish them. So it's quickly to kind of play something to destroy the opponent's cards and kind of clear their board a little bit. So that's really good. That's a nice rare. And then our foil is this Pinocchio. On the run, uncommon, 3/3, shift 3. With gives you lore. So listen to your conscience. When you play this character, you may return chosen character or item with cost 3 or less to the player's hand. So pretty nice. You can bring it back up. And of course, in the back of the pack, we have the actual frame cards that come with it. When you collect all 4, you can create a nice little picture. Set 1 had Mickey. Set 2 has Minnie. All right, on to pack number 2. Start off with the Basil. 4 ink cost, inkable, 3/4 with 2 lore. You have Grumpy, 4 ink cost, inkable, 3/4 with 1 lore. There's Trouble with Brewing. Your other 7 dwarfs characters get +1 power. Ooh, Merlin. Merlin cards also have been one of my favorites from this set. A lot of the bounce effects with them and Madam Mim have been great. So 2 ink cost, inkable, 2 and 1. Look before you leap. When you play this character and when he leaves play, look at the top card of your deck, put it on either the top or the bottom of your deck, and you gain 1 lore. Leisha, 1 ink cost, inkable, 3/1. Reckless. This character can't quest and must challenge each turn of Able. Queen of Hearts, 2 ink cost, not inkable, 1 and 2. 2 lore. Royal Rage. When you play this character, deal 1 damage to chosen damage opposing character. Again, bringing this character in to play, ping something. Again, you kind of have stuff comboed with the other card that we saw, that rare action that came in and gave you lore based on the damage that the other your opponent's characters have. That this is good again to kind of combo with that. So again, things that work well together. Tiana, a pretty vanilla card, a 1 ink cost, inkable, 1/3 with 1 lore. Gaston, 3 ink cost, inkable, 3/3, singer 5, and 1 lore. Singer means this character counts as a cast 5 to sing songs. So again, you can tap your cards not just to challenge and to go for a quest, but you can actually make them sing if they have most of them have the option to. Some say that they cannot sing, those are different, but these most of the time have the ability to sing. You just tap them and you can play an action or excuse me, you can play a song with the same ink cost or less for free. And then Pinocchio again, which we just saw. We have a Queen of Hearts, 2 ink cost, Inkable 2/2 Rush. This character can challenge the turn that they're played, and then of course 1 lore. Let's go with the rare. We have Cobra Bubbles, 7 ink cost, inkable, 5/9, so pretty strong. Gain 2 lore. Nice, we have our first super rare, which is 6 ink cost, inkable Beast, 2/8, and 1 lore. This one has shield another, so whenever one of your other characters will be dealt damage, put that many damage counters on this character instead. So it doesn't really have to use the bodyguard effect, which is when your cards come in, tap that have bodyguard, where those must be attacked first before your other characters. This one, whenever other characters take damage, that damage counters come onto this card right away instead. So pretty good way to kind of have some bodyguards on the board without having to move them sideways. And then a foil Donald Duck Sleepwalker, 3 ink cost, inkable, 0/5, Start Awake. When you play in action, this character gets +2 power this turn, 1 lore. On to the next one. This is pack number 3. We're starting with Duke Weaselton, 2 ink cost, inkable, 1/2 Ward, which Ward is opponents can't choose this character except to challenge. So if they have removal cards like Dragonfire or Smash, it does 3 damage. These cannot be selected by those kind of actions, so they're not removable from the board. So that's what protection they get with Ward. And of course, 2 lore. We have a common Happy, 5 ink cost, inkable, 3 and 5 support, 2 lore. So support means that whenever this character quests, you may add their power to another chosen character's power this turn. So this is 3 power, which you can add to another one to kind of help it remove something else on the field as well. So that's pretty good. Nice, we have an I'm Stuck action, which is a 1 ink cost, inkable. Choose an exerted character. Chosen exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn. So if you want to kind of slow down the opponent, you can choose their character so it doesn't, return from the exertion the next turn. So it kind of slows them down especially from gaining lore. Tigger, it's a 3 ink cost, inkable. Tigger, one of a kind, a 3/3, energetic. Whenever you play in action, this character gets +2 power this turn, 1 lore. Donald Duck, which we have seen already in foil. Cinderella, 2 ink cost, inkable, 2/2. When you play this character, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card, 1 ink lore. So again, this is kind of like one of those things that you play this, you draw a card, but you have to get rid of something else. So, be wary of how you play it. But it is a low ink cost, so it's good to use. Plus, it's inkable. The Prince, 3 ink cost, 1 and 3. This is what we were talking about earlier with bodyguard. So this character may enter the play exerted. An opposing character who challenged one of your characters must choose one with bodyguard available first. 2 lore. This one also has one of the new keywords in this chapter, which is called resist. So this is resist 1, which says damage dealt to this character is reduced by 1. So again, good to have as a bodyguard, even though it's a 3. Things that hit it, damage is reduced by 1. Pain, 2 ink cost, inkable, 1 and 4. Coming your most lugubriousness, I don't know how to say that word, I'm so sorry. While this character has 5 power or more, he gets +2 lore. So starts off weak, but you give it the power, especially with those support characters, and you can actually quest put for 2 more lore instead of the just 1. Binding Contract, we have another item here, 4 ink cost. For all eternity, you tap one of your characters, and then you exert chosen character. So when you want to do those things is you can exert another, like the character from your opponent's side, so you can challenge it afterwards and kind of remove it that way. So that's one of the reasons you want to be exerting your opponent's character, so you can use that for that effect. All right, our first rare, we have Falling Down the Rabbit Hole, 4 ink cost, uninkable. It's an action. Each player chooses one of their characters and puts them into the inkwell face down and exerted. So if you have another card you want to remove, you can kind of do that. If you have no cards on your side and you play this, the opponent still has to choose a character and put them into inkwell face on and exerted. So a little bit of a cheaper cost, let it go if you don't have anything on your end. But again, if you do have to remove something and put it in the inkwell. Next one is another rare. We have Honest John, 3 ink cost, 2/3, easy street. Whenever you play a Floodborn character, each opponent loses 1 lore cost and gives you 1 lore as well. And a foil, Owl, 1 ink cost, inkable, 2/2, and 1 lore. right, let's go with the next one. Pack number 4. No legendaries just yet, but still good cards. Now, this card right here is one of the cards that is definitely in the meta, being used a lot, especially, of course, with the Nick and the Judy. The Popsicle, 1 ink cost, inkable. It's an item. So when you play this item, you may draw a card. So obviously, I've talked about it before in our videos. This game has a lot of draw engine that's missing. So when you have cards that can give you more cards, especially because you don't have a max hand size, it's really, really good for your play because you can strategize any way you like and pretty much do any kind of combination that you like, the more stuff you have in your hand. And then also that's Redwood. So banish this item, remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. Why does this one pair so much well with the Nick and the Judy? Well, the Nick itself can bring back any Popsicle from your discard to your hand, so you can continue playing the Popsicle and of course continue to draw that card, and then afterwards banish it to remove more damage from chosen characters. So pretty good card. And it's only 1 ink cost and it's inkable. This is Painting the Roses Red. It's an action song. 2 ink cost, inkable. Up to 2 chosen characters get -1 power this turn. Draw a card. Merlin, we continue the trend of the great Merlin cards. 3 ink cost, inkable. To 3/3. Ready or not. When you play this character and when he leaves play, chosen character gains Challenger +3 this turn. 1 more. Baloo, 3 ink cost, inkable, 4/3, and 1 lore. Pretty vanilla card. Nice, we get our first evasive in green that we've seen. It's a 5 ink cost, inkable, 3/3 evasive, and 3 lore. So evasive plus 3 lore, it's a pretty good card. We get the Tiana, again, 1 ink cost, inkable, 1/3, 1 lore. Eli LaBeouf, 4 ink cost, inkable, 2/5, 2 lore. Getting the vanilla cards today. We have the Bounce. It's an action, 2 ink cost, not inkable. Return chosen character of yours to your hand to return another chosen characters to their player's hand. So again, this one kind of, again, they combo well with the Merlin ones where like they enter play and leave play, they do different things. So you can use this to kind of get rid of one of your Merlin things into your hand. But at the same time, you put one of the cards back for your opponent back in their hand and you make them use the ink again to bring them out. So you want to use it on bigger cards for sure. And then you want to combo it with your stuff on your end to get the benefits of it. Pinocchio, which we've seen. Our first rare, Lumiere, 7 ink cost, inkable, 7/7, 2 lore. And then we get a super rare, very nice, 6 ink cost, inkable, Basil, 3/4, shift 5, which means you may pay 5 ink to play this on top of one of your characters also named Basil, so it doesn't have to be the full 6. It does give you 3 lore, and this also says if you shift to play this character, you may draw 2 cards when he enters play. So again, continue that draw engine, and it could be very, very good effect. And we get a foil legendary, very, very nice pull from this pack. So this is 6 ink cost, Snow White, 3 and a 5, shift 4. Whenever this character quests, you may return a character card from your discard to your hand, and it's 2 lore. So again, you quest, you get the 2 lore, and then you bring another character from your discard into your hand. Especially if you find ways to like get stuff out of you that you have to discard things, or you have to put stuff in the discard pile. This pretty much lets you regenerate those creatures, those characters into your hand. So again, if your opponent uses something to banish or get rid of your characters, this card itself can bring them back. So very, very, very good card, and in foil. So very first great pull, legendary foil from the pack. All right, next pack. Let's go. That was a great pack to pull right there. We got a rare, and then a super rare, and then a foil legendary. Not bad. Nothing to Hide. This is an action, 1 ink cost, inkable. Each opponent reveals their hand, draw a card. Good card to have. You can see what they have in hand, and then you draw a card. Very, very good. This is Eudora, 5 ink cost, inkable, 1 and 9, 2 lore. Very, very high defense. Still very, very vanilla card. Cusco, 2 ink cost, inkable, 1 and 2. When this character is banished, you may draw a card. 1 lore. What Did You Call Me? 1 ink cost, action, inkable. Chosen damage character gets +3 strength this turn. I was saying power before, I'm sorry, it's strength. 1 ink cost, inkable. It's improvised. This is an action. Chosen character gets +1 strength this turn. Draw a card. Cinderella, which we've seen. Dopey, 3 ink cost, inkable, 2/2. Odd one out. So when this character is banished, your other 7 dwarf characters get +2 strength until the start of your next turn. +1 lore. So you would say, why would the opponent banish this card? They probably wouldn't, but you do have things that can banish your own creatures or your own characters. So that's something you can combo it with at the same time to give your other dwarves more strength. Judy Hops. This is one, of course, that works well with the popsicle. So this is 3 ink cost, inkable, 2/3. Don't call me cute. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. Its player draws a card. So again, you get more draw engine by banishing the item on your side, and you can again bring it back if you have the Nick. Bring that popsicle back into your hand and kind of repeat the combo as you have more Judy Hops in your hand, and of course 2 lore. Raya. This is 4 ink cost, inkable, 5/3, 1 lore. Our first rare here. This is a 3 ink cost, inkable, strength of a raging fire action song. Deal damage to chosen character equal to the number of characters you have in play. So very nice. You can kind of stack your board, then play this to get and be able to remove something stronger than what the characters that you have on the field. Very, very nice card. Nice. We have a legendary again. A very, very good pool. This is a 4 ink cost, not inkable, Namari. It's a 2/4 with bodyguard. Blades. This character can challenge ready characters and 1 ink cost. So you have this card that can have bodyguard. It's a steel card. You can pair it with something that gives it resist, and it can challenge characters that are ready, so they don't have to be exerted to actually be challenged with this card. Very good card to have. I definitely want to see how people are going to combo it with this. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the kind of things that come into play with her. And lastly, we have an non-stock foil common. We've already seen this card as well. 3 more packs coming in for the Trove, and then we have the 3 loose booster packs. This is what we got. But already getting some legendaries out of the sets. Pretty good. Nice. This is a Corella DeVille, 2 ink cost, inkable, 3/2. During your turn, this character gains evasive, 1 lore, which means that you can attack something that's evasive, so that actually really helps to clear the board, especially if you're playing against somebody that has a lot of evasive characters. Piglet, 3 ink cost, inkable, 2/4, 2 lore, vanilla card. Winnie the Pooh Honey Wizard. It's a 5 ink cost, inkable. It's a 5/5 with 2 lore. It's a very vanilla card, but probably some of the best art in the set for sure. I definitely want to see if I can get my hands on that mat. I definitely want to see if I can get it for my wife. I've been looking everywhere, but they're very, very hard to find. Minnie Mouse, 2 ink cost, inkable, 3/2, 1 lore, very vanilla as well. Hypnotize. This is an action, 3 ink cost, inkable. Each opponent chooses and discards a card and draw. Benja, 3 ink cost, inkable, 2/3. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item. So again, this continues to be kind of a defense against that popsicle deck. A lot of people are playing it now in the Amber Steel Song stuff instead of the Beast to kind of remove the items, specifically that popsicle when it comes into play, and it gives you 2 lore. So, card that's taking effect and being used a lot in the meta right now. Jafar, 4 ink cost, inkable, 3/4, shift 2. So now, where were we? During your turn, whenever this character banish another character in a challenge, you may draw a card, 1 lore. Pain. We've seen this one already. Caterpillar, 3 ink cost, inkable, 1 and 3, and you get 3 lore. Very vanilla, but definitely high lore cost for not too much of a cost. Very, very good. I definitely see this one being played a lot in the popsicle deck. Again, I come up against it a lot on when playing different ways. So definitely a card to have that, even though it's very on the vanilla side, the 3 lore gain is very, very effective. Our first rare on this one is Little John. It's a 6 ink cost, inkable, 6/6, 2 lore. So again, vanilla, but it's a very high effective strength and defense character to play on the field. Our second rare is Merlin, 4 ink cost, not inkable, 2/3, but when you play this character and when he leaves play, you may draw a card. So again, the draw engine is very powerful in this game. So having this effect on the card is really good. bring it in, take it out, bring it in, take it out if you can combo that to keep drawing more cards and have more options available for you, and you gain 1 lore if you choose the quest. And then we have a foil Tiana, 5 ink cost, inkable, 5/3, 3 lore. So again, vanilla card, but very high lore gain, so very, very good card. Hey, Minnie Mouse. All right, 2 more packs to go for the Trove. 2 legendaries though, very, very good so far. This is the Nook Water Spirit, 4 ink cost, inkable, 4/3, and it has ward and it gains 1 lore. No White, 2 ink cost, inkable, 2/3. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character, so a very nice way of healing, and you can get 1 lore. Elsa, 4 ink cost, inkable, 3/4, challenger, +3. So this is while challenging, this character gets +3 strength, and you can gain 1 lore. Lady Tremaine, 2 ink cost, not an inkable. It's a 2/2. When you play this character, each opponent with more lore than you loses 1 lore. So if your opponent has more lore than you, it's kind of a way to catch up. They lose 1 lore. If you're playing this in a multiplayer game, of course, like with 3 other people and people that have more lore than you, you put this in, they lose 1 lore. Again, very, very good catch-up mechanic with this card. Not inkable though. Piranha, 5 ink cost, inkable, 5/5, 2 lore. Donald Duck, Deep Sea Diver, let's go, 5 ink cost, inkable, 6/5, 1 lore. Last Stand Action, 2 ink cost, not inkable. Banish chosen character who has challenged this turn. Very, very nice. Trying to see how that works. Normally when you in other card games, if something's attacking you, kind of remove it, but this way you want to challenge with something and then you want to banish it. I guess if you want to combo that with maybe like the ones that like the Snow White, where you bring something back into, you know, from your from the discard pile to your hand, that can be a good combination of with this card. We'll see. Binding Contract, which you've already seen. A Minnie Mouse, Stylish Surfer, 3 ink cost, inkable. It's an evasive in red. 1/3 evasive, and you gain 2 lore. Nice, we get our first rare for this pack. It's a 6 ink cost Gaston, 4/4. You can shift 4. Develop the Brain. So when you play this character, look at the top 3 cards in your deck. You may put 1 into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order, and 3 lore. Very nice. Nice, super rare. Raya, 6 ink cost, inkable, 5/3, shift 4. Champion of Kumandra. Whenever this character challenges a damaged character, she takes no damage from the challenge, 2 lore. So again, you combo this with a ping character or something that does damage from the character. You challenge that to get rid of it because it has 5 strength, but you take no damage in return. You pair that with resist on top of that. This card can survive for a long while and be a good board removal from your other characters, your opponent's characters. Pretty good card. And you, if not, you can just gain 2 lore when you quest. Nice, a 3. Whenever we get 3 rares in a pack or higher, it's always a good pack. So in this case, we do get a 3rd rare. It's a 2 ink cost, inkable, Teeth and Ambitions, Action Song. It's a rare, so it's deal 2 damage to chosen character of yours to deal 2 damage to another chosen character. Pair this with the card that has resist 2. You can pretty much select that card. It has resist 2. It doesn't take damage, but your opponents still take the 2 damage. The 2 damage. Pretty good. All right, last pack in the Trove. Let's see what kind of luck we have. For Chapter 2 set, we're still chasing the Enchanted. We did get Enchanted with Chapter 1. How lucky can we get? Continue. Winnie the Pooh, we've already looked at. Minnie the Mouse, we've seen. Minnie Mouse, I'm sorry. Hypnotize. The Nook. Snow White. Ooh, Hercules, 2 ink cost, inkable, 2/3 with 1 lore. Raya, which is as well. Jafar. Pain. Ooh, we get a first rare for the pack. It's the Huntsman, 2 ink cost, inkable, 1/1. Whenever this character quests, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card, 2 lore. Another rare, Radigan's Marvelous Trap, 3 ink cost, not inkable. banish this item, each opponent loses 2 lore. So again, if one-on-one game, your other opponent of course loses 2 lore, but in a multiplayer game, you make each opponent loses 2 lore. Great catch-up mechanic, especially because it's an item. You banish it, so it's going to be on the field until you choose to play it. You know, it's not an action that you kind of have to play in that moment. You can play it early, kind of have it there ready to like make the other opponents lose 2 lore whenever you want. A triple rare pack, very nice. We get a foil Winnie the Pooh, 3 ink cost, inkable, 2/3, honeypot. Whenever this character quests, you may put a card from your hand into your inkwell face down, and it's 2 lore. Very nice. So if you have uninkable cards in your hand, you can play this with, you can quest with this, and then put that uninkable card into your inkwell. You don't have to show it; it's just part of the game. Very, very nice. All right, so let's move on to the 3 loose booster packs, and let's see what kind of luck we have there. So far, though, we've got in legendaries, we got in 3 rare packs. Those are always good. Very, very good pulls so far, especially that foil Snow White legendary. Awesome. All right, my kid wants to open one, so I'm gonna let him open one off camera. He's gonna hand me the cards, and we'll go through them as he opens them up. Let's see what kind of luck he has, right? Nice. So the first one is Go the Distance. It's a 2 ink cost inkable action song. A ready chosen damage character of yours. They can't quest for the rest of this turn. Draw a card. So if you have a card that you don't want to get destroyed because it has damage, of course, you can ready it so it doesn't get attacked. And you can draw a card on top of that. Very good card. We have a 4 ink cost inkable Radigan Criminal Mastermind for 1. Invasive, and you can gain 2 lore. Pretty good. Gumbo Pot, 2 ink cost, inkable. It's an item, so you can have it on the board, and this is the best I've ever tasted. So when you tap it, or excuse me, when you exert it, you can remove 1 damage each from up to 2 chosen characters. So a very good way to kind of keep removing damage from your characters on the field. 1 ink cost, inkable, chip the teacup, 2/2, and 1 lore. So very, very vanilla card, but it's a good one to have in your deck just to have a card that you know you're always going to ink, or just to be able to play aggressively at the beginning. We have the Queen, which is 1 ink cost, which we've already seen as well. Nice, we have Charge. This is a 2 ink cost, inkable, action. So chosen character gains Challenger +2 and resist +2 on this turn. So they get +2 strength while challenging, and damage dealt to them is reduced by 2. So it's a good combo action that, again, in steel is going to work very, very well. Nice, we get Bounce, which in action we've already seen, and it's only 2 ink cost. Hey, we get the Hey Hey, the Lord and Prince of it all. This is 2 ink cost, inkable Hey Hey, 2-in-1. He's back. When this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand, and you can gain 1 lore if you choose to. Dopey, 3 ink cost, which we've already seen. Nice, this is a rare for this one. This is Radigan, 5 ink cost, not inkable. It's a 3/3. When you play this character, exert chosen opposing character with 3 strength or less. Choose one of your characters and ready them. They can't quest for the rest of this turn, and 2 lore. Nice, super rare, very good pull. 6 ink cost, Lady Tremaine, 3 and 4. Shift 4. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and banishes one of their characters, and it's 2 lore. It's very nice. So if the opponent only has 1 character in play, you can bring this in, and they have to banish that character. Now, if you have, again, a game of multiplayer, which is 4 people, again, you can do like games of 3 people, 4 people, or more, but in a game of multiplayer, it also comes into effect real handy. But this is kind of another Dragonfire effect, you know, kind of the same in that aspect, like the Maleficent legendary that comes out as well from chapter 1. But unfortunately for this one, you cannot choose what gets banished. The opponent does, but still, you can clear stuff off their board. Very nice. And the last card in the pack is Ovoyo Raya, 4 ink cost, inkable, 5/3 with 1 lore, which of course we've already seen as well. All right, good job. Some good pulls.
Yay, Raya. I'm the keeper. I'm actually keeper.
All right, let's move on to the last 2 packs, and let's see what else we can get. That was some nice pulls from him. We got a super rare in there as well, which are always good to have as well. And let's find this up. So we got a Fidget. 3 ink cost, inkable, 3/2 with evasive, 1 lore. Flynn Rider, which we've already seen. Jasmine, 1 ink cost, inkable, 1/2. I'm a fast learner. When you play this character, remove to 1 damage from chosen character of yours, 1 lore. Happy, which we've already seen as well. Jiminy Cricket, 2 ink cost, inkable, 1/2. Evasive. That's still small voice. When you play this character, if you have a character named Pinocchio in play, you may draw a card. So, combo it together. Again, draw engine, 1 lore. Charge, we've already seen. Bang Crossbow, 3 ink cost, inkable. Careful aim. You can exert it, pay 2 ink, chosen character gets -2 strength this turn. Or you can choose stay back. You exert this, banish this item, and then banish chosen dragon character. It's a little too peculiar with the dragon in that case, so it's a little bit too targeted, so it might not be as great in decks, unless you're kind of knowing what you're playing as far as what your opponent's deck is, that you can kind of sideboard this in. But other than that, only the chosen character -2 strength is really going to be used, again, unless you know what you're playing and you can sideboard the card in. Card Soldiers, 5 ink cost, inkable, 5/5, 2 lore, very vanilla card. Mouse Armor, very nice card in steel. 2 ink cost, not inkable, it's an item. Now this card has protection, so you can exert this card and then chosen character gains resist +1 until the start of your next turn. Again, resist is damage dealt to them is reduced by that number, so in this case resist 1, so damage dealt to them is reduced by 1. So again, pair that with the cards that, you know, maybe take no damage or kind of want them to survive. Very good one. And again, it's an item, stays on your board, keep playing it as much as you want. Hey, the rare, 1 ink cost, inkable, 1/2, Cinderella, but she's a Singer 3. And you can get 1 lore. The first card that comes to mind when Singer 3 is a Friends on the Other Side. Sing that in, draw 2 more cards, have a draw engine going. Very nice. Oh, a legendary, very nice Mufasa, 3/3, 5 ink cost, inkable. The sun will set. When this character is banished, you may reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a character card, you may play that character for free and then enter play exerted. Otherwise, put it on the top of your deck. 2 lore. Very nice. It's kind of like another way to kind of play some stuff for free, but they do come in exerted, so better be ready for that. But not bad. And another legendary in the polls. Very nice. Hey, 3 rare pack. Let's go. We have a foil, Falling Down the Rabbit Hole, 4 ink cost, not inkable. Action, each player chooses one of the characters and puts them into inkwell face down and exerted. Again, 3 or more rares in the pack is always great. And the last pack for today. Let's see what kind of luck we have with this one. Panic, 3 ink cost, 2/3, uninkable. I can handle it. When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 strength this turn. If the chosen character is named Pain, he gets +4 strength instead. And 2 lore. Nothing to hide, we've already seen. Grumpy, which we've already seen. I'm Stuck, seen that as well. Go the Distance, recently saw that. Donald Duck, again, fantastic card. Look at that, just amazing art. Deep Diver. Gaston, keep singing, buddy, keep singing. Sardine Can, that's a new one for us today. It's a 4 ink cost, inkable. It's an item, so your exerted characters gain ward. Now this is a very good item card to have in play. You put it down in play and you can quest as much as you want, even with the smaller characters or with characters you know are maybe not going to survive challenges that well, or sorry, excuse me, will survive some challenges, but you know that opponent's playing maybe the Amber Steel song, where they're going to be playing Smash, or they're going to be playing the Ruby color, so you know they're going to be using something like Dragonfire. This protects them because it gives them ward, which means that the opponent cannot choose those cards except to challenge. So anything that's exerted on your end gets ward, so it's a very good card to have to kind of give protection to all of your characters when they get exerted. Mother Gothel, 2 ink cost, inkable. This character enters play with 3 damage, 1 in cost. Pair this with the Rapunzel graded with healing. Remove all 3 damage, draw 3 cards, right? I'm not sure if people are going to really be doing that. They're still really using Amber Steel, but hey, one could dream. Nice, we get rare 4 in cost Inkable. Pack Tactics Action. Gain 1 lore for each damage character chosen. Gain 1 lore for each damage character opponents have in play. Again, combo this with the ping card right before. Great card to have. Nice, another super rare, which is again Lady Tremaine. Again, when you play this character, each opponent chooses and banishes one of their characters. Very nice. And lastly, we get a foil, Go the Distance. Very satisfactory that we finish with a Hercules card. It's one of my favorite cartoons. You know, one of her movies along with Aladdin. So those trifecta cards. So very nice way to end. Foil, Go the Distance. That's been our packs for the day. Again, we have the Trove box here, which I'm very happy about. We can put the cards in there that we just got, kind of organize them well. Of course, the player's guide is another thing that I really enjoy that comes with the Trove. And again, shout out to my wife for having the keen and eagle eye of seeing the Trove in person, MSRP at a Target, which of course we know is even more rare than enchanted cards these days. So thank you to her. Shout out to her for being amazing and picking this up. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this pack opening or unboxing, whatever you guys want to call it. If you did, of course, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos as we do more unboxings in Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, and other stuff as well. We do more gameplay with digital games as well. And of course, comment down below. What was your favorite card from that we pulled so far? Was it that foil Snow White? Or the other cards? Maybe you like more of the common cards as well. Let us know in the comments down below. We appreciate everybody you here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you may be. And of course, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.